All right, we're working on the limo again. So today, I'm gonna paint all the parts and bits and pieces for the Laymo. And we got clear side auto glass coming today to put the side runners in. And we got Hillbilly working on some interior. And we got Owen doing some things. And we got Sean doing some things. And I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I know we have lights that need to be put in, lights that need to be put under. But most importantly, I need to paint. So we got a lot of stuff to do. We're here, it's 7 a.m. We're less than a week away from the Snowden series, and we don't have a limo that's put together. So let's get to work. And make sure you head over to RobbieLayton.com and support us, 'cause we got new merch. Thank you.
We got the Laymo all unmasked, so now we're gonna pull it out and get ready to finish putting it together.
First things first, what do you think of the color?
I like it a lot.
So do I. I'm excited to see it in the sun.
Yeah. Laymo is all done and painted. When I say done, I'm talking about the paint side. So now we got to get all the parts over here and get them ready to be painted.
What do you think, Hector?
Good man.
I like it. I'm excited to see it all done.
Yeah.
It's been sitting for a while, but it looks cool.
Definitely looks cool.
It looks like a serious automobile now. Hector got the fender stand out, so this is the driver fender.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think you're holding it upside down.
What if you were in Australia?
Then this is the passenger fender in Australia, but we're in America.
What if the seat sat in the middle?
Then this is the left fender.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
No. No moss.
One more.
No moss.
One more.
No moss.
One more.
No moss. Zilch. Nada.
Sí. Uno más.
No moss.
Sí, uno más. Ya.
No mossy. No mossy.
Uno.
Okay, so we're going to figure out a four-wheel drive shifter so that way Robbie doesn't have to climb under here and pop it in four-wheel drive when he needs it. So right now, I need to figure out what's four high, what's four low, what's two high, what's neutral, to know how we can make that shifter work and make a diagram so that way he knows which way is what. I got Hector jacking the back of the car up so I can twist the drive lines as I'm shifting to find what I need to find. Yeah. So according to the knob, it's going to be four low, neutral, two high, four high.
So 4 lows all the way forward.
Yes, which means it's pushing this in because I want to say they ran off of metal linkages. We'll look real fast to see. Yep, just runs off a big linkage. It bolts to the transmission and it has a rod that comes back to the shift hand or the shift plate and it pulls it in and out and does what it needs to do. So let's test it, make sure that's right. So all the way forward is four low, which is pushing this all the way in. That's locked in. That was locked in, so I have to go grab a pry bar. I'll be right back. Because this is the four-wheel drive shifter until we figure something out. So one click out.
That's neutral.
Can you spin the tire? I think this is neutral. Nope. Spin?
Yeah.
So there's neutral. Spin the tire. It's too high. Four high. So now we're just going to see if we can get that shifter that was for the Bread Vans four-wheel drive shifter before we put the Atlas in it. See if we can't figure out how to make that work in this. So that's the bracket that we've came up with. We need 2-inch down here because it's going to weld to this 2-inch tubing. It needs to be 7 inches long and it'll be triangulated to a 4-inch for this to bolt to it. So this is what I came up with. It's not centered, but I first did have it centered right here. And then when I put it up there, this hits the floor. And so half of the tube would only get welded. So like right in here, the other half wouldn't. So then I moved it to where this was hitting the floor, hitting the floor, and then marked the top of the tube and the bottom of the square tube. Moment of truth. Ah, did you hear it?
Yeah.
Something fell.
Oh,
Washer.
Oh, yep.
All right, guys, we installed the first window and we like took forever doing it. So we called up Heath. He showed up today and he's gonna finish installing the other ones because we want it professionally done and he's a professional. So I'm gonna show you guys how good it makes it look so easy.
all right, so we're just starting to get everything loaded into the booth, ready for paint. Nice thing about all this stuff is none of it has to be masked.
Okay, we got all the parts loaded in the booth, so me and Owen's gonna wax grease remover them all.
All right, the guys are finishing up the wax and grease. Let's go blow tack static this and then we'll etch it.
Measuring to find center of the car so Owen can install the lights evenly.
Well, we decided we need some lights on the limo. We're going out in the snow at night. You gotta light up the whole area. So we're putting these 5 on the roof. So we're gonna make a light bar. It'll be cool.
And of course, we gotta go with the Baja design.
Well, yeah.
All right, so I'm going around getting all my etch sprayed. And we'll seal it. All right, we got all the etch down. It's time to mix us up some sealer. That's got to sit for about another 5 to 6 minutes. And then I'll start on the first side that I was etching and move my way across and it'll be all flashed off. So we're mixing up some G5 on the grayscale and then we'll put some blue base coat over it. All right, we've let this sit for 10 minutes. We're not blow tack and staticking it because it's got etch on it and it's perfect. So let's get this thing sealed.
All right, so I'm just working on getting rock lights on this thing. We got these Baja Designs rock lights. We're doing 5 on each side. So 3 under the rocker, 1 in each wheel well on both sides. It's gonna be super cool.
Okay, so while Robbie's painting, I'm back on doing interior. Got from here forward on this side done. Still got to do here, this back side inside, this filler piece here, that pillar, back pillar panel, and that whole side.
So we're gonna make it kind of like the bread van. We'll have the bars in between, but on the sides we're gonna do a triangle shaped bracket-ish because that roof's really weak and we need more support for these big lights. So than we did on the bread van. So it'll be like it but different.
Why is this not? Well, that one's busted now too.
Going in for the. Oh man, that's nice. Oh.
Side panels are in. Headliner is in.
All right, so I got all the rock lights on this side bolted in. Obviously the wiring's not done, but I brought a battery out so I can test them out and see how it's gonna look.
Hey, I can't see.
Brother.
That looks good. Sorry guys. finish up some wiring, and I think it's gonna work really good. I'm really happy with how much light there is. There's no gaps in the light, which is what I was worried about. So I did 3. The original idea was doing 2, but just worried it wasn't enough light, so I did 5.
All right, it took me about an hour to get the sealer down on this. So technically I don't need to let it sit and flash, but out of habit, it's gonna sit for 20 minutes because the last drop of sealer needs to flash for at least 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go get the paint, get it all mixed up. We'll get back in here and we'll get this thing based blue. There's a lot of real estate here. It took more sealer to seal these parts than it took to seal the entire body. Dango, dangy.
So, as of right now, we have 2 door sills. Passenger front, driver rear. Man, we're doing good.
Shout out to Hector though. Hillbilly already dug into the box, but Hector had this box that he's been cleaning all the parts. Everything looks brand new. He cleaned them all, set up this box, put them in the box, had the box closed so they sat until we were able to use them. They didn't even get dirty. So again, thanks Hector.
Hey Colton, check this out.
All right, so we had to get another gallon, and let me tell you what we had to do. So this is a special use toner. It's called PM 4207. It's blue. It's on the Vibrance collection from PPG. So I had a gallon mixed up, less the limited use toner. Got this from my supplier, got this from my other supplier. Now we got to put the 4207 in the gallons to make it a correct gallon. So we're gonna do some chemistry here. All right, so I've got this one shaken. Once I get this lid off, we'll zero the scale out and we'll start pouring. Then we'll know exactly how many grams we need. So it's probably gonna take 2 full quarts. Cool, we got 3, so we're good, we're golden.
All right, so the other side's completely done. All I gotta do is tuck up wiring. So now I'm working on this side, just getting all the frame holes drilled and tapped so these can get bolted up and wire this side up, and then I'll tuck it all up at the same time. And I think we're gonna take, so this is 2 sets of rock lights. We're gonna take both harnesses and combine them into 1 switch. So that's why I'm doing this side and then tucking up the wiring.
Okay, so I'm working on the passenger side front now because we can't find the door molding for the driver front. So the driver side front is the only thing I have left on the driver's side, and can't put it together unless we have the molding. So I moved to the passenger side front because we have the molding for that one, and I'll work my way back to the back passenger back door and stop at the passenger back door because we don't have a passenger back door molding. So we have kitty corner moldings. Can't have it on one side to where we can finish one whole side. No.
With a pre-mix 4 cups, have it all ready to go. So I can get in there, and just keep spraying, keep pouring, keep mixing, all the things. I like to have 2 loaded up so that when I run out, Colton can come and grab some more, have my backup ready. We'll just keep painting. I love this color. I love blue. I love blue. Like I love gold, but I love blue. I love blue. All right, we got this all blow tech and static. We had Colton getting updates of the limo. So we got our blue base, got it mixed. Let's get this thing colored. All right, 37 hours later, we got our first dust coat. Let this sit for 8 minutes, come back in, get another good coat for our first coat. That'll flash, we'll put a second coat, and then we'll clear it.
So the interior back here is pretty much done. Got a little bit more to do up front. The only thing that I have back here that's left is right here on the passenger side is this plate. But I can't put this plate on until we have the rubber seal, door seal. So we got to find those somewhere because we need 2 of them, kitty corner from each other. So now I'm just going to see if there's a way possible to use these. They ran right here and they would cover up the headliner, and so that you wouldn't have a gaping piece here between the headliner and the window and this panel. So this will cover all that up, and it looks like we might be able to use them.
Yeah.
And if we could use them, loosen all the screws to where it is very floppy, and then we can run the dome light wires right behind that all the way forward.
All right. We changed our minds like usual. And we kind of made it kind of like a luggage rack. But if somebody's standing up in the opening in the roof, they can hold on to that, like Colton when he's filming. So it doesn't
Yeah.
fall over.
I'm excited about this. He was telling me, I was like, oh yeah, I'm happy.
If you're flying through the snow or whatever. Plus it makes this more stable by mounting it back there and here. So we can put a little gusset in here and then put the light tabs on and it'll be done.
All right, so Colton had to take off, so I'm filming this myself. You're gonna be tripoded here in a minute. But I've got the second coat of base on everything. I just need to finish up the hood. So figured I'll call in some help, get a couple painters to come in here and help me get it done. And then it's time for gloss sauce. Guess what? It's time to mix up clear and get in the booth and put some gloss sauce on that. So I'm gonna mix up 4 cups of VC 5700. I'm gonna use it off the scale just like I always do. I'm gonna pour, mix, move, and do all the things where I can make a big batch. So anyway, I'll get the cups, we'll get the clear, we'll get the hardener, we'll get all the things, and we're gonna make this thing super shiny. All right, we're gonna put the 5700 in, and you'll see. I'm gonna pour it, move it, and get another cup. All right, that's what I'll do. This one's the closest to being correct. Put that on. We'll hit next. We'll get our hardener in it, our thinner. Got it all mixed. We'll get it stirred up, get it in a cup, and get in the booth. It's kind of hard doing this alone. I got a tripod, you guys, but at least you're here hanging out, watching. I can't wait to get to the Snowden series with this Laymo. But this limo that we dubbed the Laymo. It's such a cool car. We built it a couple years ago. We finally have it rebuilt, painted. It's everything we've wanted. Now it's super cool. All right, let's get this thing all glossed up. We got it all blow tight and static. By myself, so it's kind of hard to film all of that. So we're just gonna get right to the gloss sauce. right, we got the first coat of clear all finished. It's looking glossy. There's a little bit of dirt in it that's I don't love, but oh well. It's a 30-foot limo. It's jacked up. It's still gonna look cool. And if we ever want to polish it, we can polish it up. So I'm gonna go get some more clear mixed up, get the second coat on this thing, and show you guys what it looks like when it's done. All right, it is 4:30 in the afternoon. We started at 7 a.m. That gives you a little bit of an idea of how long a paint job like this takes. Sure, there's faster people, but you know what? I took lunch, had to sit on the internet, you know, the normal things you do during the day. But I was able to accomplish all the parts for the limo. All we need to do now is everything still. Got to get all these parts bolted on the limo because the Snowden series starts next Friday. Well, this video is going to be Wednesday. We're going to be going Friday. So yeah, we're running out of time. We got to get this done. So anyway, we're going to take off for the day. We'll be back tomorrow to get the rag top in and to get as much as we can get done. So it is tomorrow.
Okay, it's next morning, and me and Colton are running to Manti real fast to see if the two other door moldings that I need are in storage unit. I'm hoping so, because the other door moldings that we have that are on the other car are brown instead of black, which I've got to show you guys. So once we get back to the shop, we'll show you. Bad black interior with two brown door moldings. Just now pulling into the storage unit's parking lot. I'm not gonna say a number, but it's right here. Let's go see if we can't find some door moldings and maybe see anything else that we might need. Well, would you look at that? Don't even have to dig much. Both of them right here. Perfect. On the ground as soon as they open the door. So we made it back to the shop with the door trim. Okay, I got one molding clean, so we'll get it installed.
All right, it is the next day. So I was here till 6 o'clock last night painting. I finally went home, let this stuff dry. Now we gotta get it all pulled out so we can reassemble the link. This was way more work than painting the longest side panels in the world.
It looks good though. When you first opened those doors, I don't know if I was hearing things, but it sounded like I heard angels just
They were singing.
We're slacking really bad.
Why?
Because we have not pulled the Laymo out one time to look at it in the sun. And we always pull things out to look at it in the sun.
He's not wrong. But where's the sun? It's like snowing.
yeah.
We don't have sun to look at it. I'm not gonna blame myself. You don't blame
the sun.
All these parts are so much bigger than cars nowadays also. These old Lincolns. The trunk is longer than a new hood. All right, so me and Owen are gonna install the Legacy ragtop. So we've got the tracks set down in here. We gotta somehow get that to here to here. Owen? Well, some painter really screwed up through here. Hopefully a drone never shows that blotchiness. Oh, just kidding. We're putting a light bar rack over it. Yeah, you'll never see it. There's no blotchiness in that roof.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about being a perfect painter. Nobody knows your flaws. So we've already had this Legacy top in once, which goes in super sweet. So, Owen, I'm gonna push up on the rail, I'm gonna get in here, and we have to guide the thingamabobs in. It's kind of a team effort. It was great teamwork.
I didn't really do much of the teamwork part of that.
You ended up not needing to.
All eyes on deck.
Okay.
Go to the other side.
All right. Just got to get these in, then we'll pull the whole sucker back. Okay, so this, now we've got to get the headliner installed. Let's grab the headliner bar. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go along and I'm gonna tighten up all the bolts on the rails. We'll get the headliner all cinched in. We'll get the back. Oh, we need sealant also. We'll seal the bolt holes here. And then that's pretty much it. That's how easy it is to install this thing. Legacy Products, 120-inch retractable ragtop. Best decision Sean ever made. Yeah, you did.
You did.
No, I didn't. All right, got the little bolts on, or the little nuts on. We go through. All right, Owen will get all his bolts in, and he gets to tighten them all up, and we will have the rails done. All right, we made a mistake. Rag top won't move. So we're gonna loosen all these, and we're gonna get the top to slide, and then we'll tighten them. That's the problem, is we were tightening it and the rails were in a little bit, so it was putting a lot of pressure.
Okay, while Robbie's doing the rag top, me and Sean is starting to hang doors.
All right, so my plan was to seam seal underneath, but I can't access the holes. So we're gonna, Hillbilly's grabbing the seam sealer, and we're gonna seam seal the 2 outside holes that don't get bolts, and then we'll tighten it. Hillbilly really went all out with this.
I don't know where the gun's at.
All right, Owen, are you seeing what I'm doing?
Filling that hole.
Does that make sense how I did that? Okay, the outside hole here. I pumped it down in the hole. Don't let that touch anything. It's an active tip. Go off any time.
Pump it in.
Yep. We're just filling a hole. Okay. I think she's installed. All right, so last but not least, on this rag top, we've got a handle to tighten the front. So we got to get this installed and get some jam nuts put on it. So I'm gonna grab some wrenches, get up in there, we'll install that. And this install on our Legacy Products rag top will be done. All right, so we're putting a jam nut, star washer, and then our handle. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna jam nut this to the handle, and then this, not what I want. There we go. So they've designed this to index, so it looks good in any position. So you don't have to necessarily try to tighten this in a certain position. So let's see if this will tighten up. Here we go. It is installed and finished up. You have to make sure it slides straight. All right, and there you have it. The new retractable top is done. The limo's getting doors put on, and we're that much closer to having it finished. So let's get those doors hung, but that looks awesome. All right, so one more door. Gotta feed all the wires though, because Ford decided that they didn't want to put a plug. They want you to have to do everything the hard way. Don't tell him. Just feed it. Feed it. Don't you want? In. There you go. All right, we're down to like 2 more days to get this thing done, but it's a weekend. We want to go home and see our families. Even though we're not going home, we're actually going to start another video right now. So, as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.